So I'm trying the viral latte makeup trend with my Seint makeup. I normally don't get into trends at all, but come on. Coffee, anything having to do with coffee, lattes, cappuccinos, I'm all over it. So here you see me putting on my main shade, which is Athens, one of the new highlight shades. I am telling you, the shade is brilliant. I rarely have to use anything else for coverage. I'm showing you here on my under eyes. I just did one dab and it just completely covered all of my imperfections under my eyes, and it doesn't look like caked on makeup. I used to have to put on a color corrector before putting on my main shade in order to hide all of that darkness that I have under my eyes. But with these new shades, there must be something in the formulation. There is something different about them. They have been incredible. And my customers, same thing, that the ones that have been matched to the newer shades, they are having such great success with not only the coverage, but smoothness and blendability too. Speaking of which, if you are interested in trying Seint makeup, all of my info is down in the description. I have a text service number that you could contact me directly, and we could have a conversation about what you're looking for in your makeup and even your skincare needs, because I am an esthetician and I really love going over that with my customers. Now we're getting to the latte portion. So I just showed you two different bronzers. That was Bella and Heatwaves. What I'm putting on right now is Heatwaves, and this has a little bit more of a reddish undertone. It's the deepest bronzer shade that we have, and this is the blush and bronzer brush, which I absolutely love putting on the blush and bronzer. I love the fluffy side the most for really spreading and blending the bronzer out effortlessly, and it just gives this like sheer warmth to the skin. So Heatwaves is a little warmer with that reddish undertone, and now Bella, that I'm going to put on top, is a little more neutral, and I love to pair these two shades together. It just gives me a tone in between that I really, really like. It really is one of my favorite things about Seint makeup is that you could customize every single shade, lip and cheek colors, bronzers, highlights. It's like having a literal artist palette. So as I'm blending my bronzer and just going around the perimeter of my face, it may sound funny, but I find this part so enjoyable. Anyway, getting back to a consult with me, if you contact me for a color match, I also go over skincare and your skin type and my recommendations for you if you're looking for any recommendations on how to take care of your skin, exfoliation, all of that stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do. One of the main reasons too, of course, is I feel like makeup and skincare go hand in hand and you can't have one without the other. So your skincare is the basis of having everything else that goes on top to look good. But more importantly, it's actually the health of the skin that I'm really obsessed with. And I find it very rewarding to help my customers with that, along with helping them with their makeup. So now I'm putting on some blush, and this is a little bit of a neutral pink, kind of like a little peach. And even though this is a latte look, I like that this kind of gives a little bit of a peachy glow to the cheeks. And this is Melody, one of the limited edition summer shades. And this here is my Illuminator, we call it, but really traditionally what people call highlighter. This one is Honey, and it looks so gold. I actually shied away from this shade for a little while, but it translates on my skin like a beautiful champagne color, and on a lot of skin tones it does this. I love this one. Okay, now we get to the eyeshadows. So I'm going to do something super, super simple. This is Golden Hour, and you'll see that this shade looks very close to my skin tone, but I do this on purpose because I use this just to smooth out my eyelids, to further smooth out my eyelids, and then it just helps to blend the transition shades. Now I'm going to deepen the crease a little bit with Sedona, and my eyes are getting a little more hooded these days, so now I have to make sure that I really strategically place my crease shade above my actual crease and actually make like a faux crease in order to be able to see the shade. So I am just going to do this little by little with Sedona. So now we get to one of my favorite new tricks. This is the Seint Balm that is part of the regular line now. It does not have a scent to it. It does have squalane in it, which is a skincare ingredient that is amazing for moisturization of the skin. And I have been using this on my eyelids before putting on eyeshadow, a shimmer shadow, and it makes it into a creamy texture, but not a full-on cream shadow. So I like to put a very thin layer of that balm on my eyelids, and it just gives this beautiful sheen. And now I'm just gonna deepen up a little bit more with that Sedona on the corners of my eyes. So that balm, I am putting it on so thin, so I will not get any creasing, but I love that it kind of looks balmy on the lids, especially for mature lids. I just find this so much nicer, and it doesn't give me any crepiness to my eyeshadow being too dry. I also use the balm under my eyes before any of my makeup, and that even smooths out my skin even more. And anywhere else that I have dryness, it's been very, very helpful, and it just fits right into the palette. So this is the multitasker brush, and I love to use this for eyeliner. This is Coco, the shadow Coco, which is my favorite for a very soft, very subtle eyeliner. If you want it to be a little more smudgy, use the broader side of the multitasker brush, and now I'm showing you the tighter, more concentrated line with the smaller end. And then it just smudge it out with the larger end, and it just blends everything in. Now this is August, and this is also limited edition. It is a gloss formula, and it is a pinky nude. So I added this on my lips, and also I'm gonna add a little bit to my cheeks too, to kind of give it a little bit more of a nude shade. And the glossiness just leaves a beautiful sheen to the skin, which is my favorite thing about Seint makeup in general, because all of the products do this, but the gloss gives it a little bit extra dew. So that is it. I have really been loving this look. Of course, like I said, I'm not into trends, but this one really grabbed me. So again, all of my info is down below. Contact me so we can get you started on your own Seint makeup palette.